Yo, what's going on, guys? What is going on? Man, 3 years ago to the day, March 13th, anybody know what they were doing 3 years ago to this day? 3 years ago, I think on March 13th, right? It was actually, let's go back, let's look at the calendar, right? It was actually the time of COVID, and it was actually on that March 13th. I remember it was a Friday. And on that Friday, everybody was going on lockdown nationwide in California. You know, couldn't leave the house without a mask. You were actually being told to stay indoors, and people were fearing for their life, right? And unfortunately, the worry and concern and the stress of the situation, it basically, you know, basically had people in a downward spiral. And if you look back, for me, it was it was something that we expected. During peacetime, you plan for war, and in wartime, you plan for peace. And being in trading, being in crypto, being in the markets, we were always prepared to work from home. The economy gave us opportunities to generate income even without leaving the house. And so during that time, actually in COVID, we actually made more money during that time because everybody was more focused. Couldn't leave the house, couldn't go to work. So we were actually taking advantage of the crypto markets, the futures markets, stocks and options. And the market was trending and everything was in chaos. And one thing about the economy is that there's always a market to trade, whether the market is chaotic or is in an area of peace and bliss. There's money to be made. And so, damn, I hear we got the gardeners outside. Hold on, real quick. Had to get up here. All right, and so during the chaos, you know we eventually got over that, right? We eventually rode the wave of Corona. Right now, we're going into a new environment, and it's financial, and it's banking, and it's people are being locked out of their accounts. They had to halt the market today on the stock market because the banks were losing equity, and we don't want to have a bank run. But if it was a bank run, would you be prepared for it? What would you do if your money was locked up? And there's alternatives that even having a trading account, it's a benefit because it's something that I don't think is going to get locked up as easy as your banks. But everything's going to be impacted, right? The fallout of SVB is going to be, we just touching the iceberg, right? It has about 30 companies that's going to be impacted, but then it starts having a domino effect. Other things would start being affected. So, I say that to say that, 3 years ago, nobody expected to be locked down, right? Today, nobody expects to go to their bank and not be able to get money. Nobody goes, you put your money in the bank because, you expect it to be there. But, if you were to lose your job and you were to have funds in a trading account, you would still be able to operate. And, some people, they're going to panic and they're going to try to jump in the market without having the right foundation and fundamentals, and they're going to lose it all. And my thing is that, when you don't have to trade, that's the best time to trade. That's the best time to learn, right? When your back is not against the wall and you don't have this extreme amount of pressure, it's an opportunity for you to learn I call it a high income skill. Trading is a high income skill that can generate funds, but a lot of people are in a rush or don't have the time and don't have the liberty to actually go through the fundamentals and actually learn it. And they're forced to trade every day to try to generate income. When you're not forced to trade, and when you can actually take some time to actually learn the fundamentals and go from 3 stages, right? The first stage is learning, education. The second stage is profit, strategy, clarity, gaining confidence. And then the third stage is lifestyle. The lifestyle allows you to operate, right, in any economy, right? You live, you adjust, and now you're able to generate income because you had the foundation, you have your strategy, and you had a time to actually implement it with the lifestyle that you've created. So I just wanted to remind guys because people have a short memory, and if things start going haywire, right, you could have took the liberty to actually learn during the peacetime when you didn't have to, right, and just take an hour a day. It doesn't take, you don't have to like crash course it where you have to learn how to trade over a weekend. You don't want to be in that situation. You want to be in a situation where it could be fun, right? You can actually learn with good expectations. If you have a job, man, that's a blessing. If you have a career, that's a blessing. If you own a business, that's a blessing, right? But if you're not managing your own money, it might be a mistake, right? Because all the work you're doing and they give it to someone else to manage and trade. Banks, they love taking in your money and being able to make it work for them. We should be making it work for ourselves, right? And during a time of stress, it actually gives you some form of peace knowing that, hey, I can take advantage of this market crash. I can take advantage of the market bliss. I can actually make money in a short amount of time, right? If I know what I'm doing. So I just wanted to hop on and kind of remind guys that, when everything is okay, that is probably one of the best times to take liberty to learn a high income skill. When things get chaotic and you're nervous and you're jumping in, it's going to cause you more, maybe distress, more stress, right? This is an opportunity to have post-traumatic growth, right? You can have growth in this period of trauma, right? But when you jump in and you are forced, you go through a thing called PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, and then it impacts you. A lot of people have lost money. They made wrong decisions, and they scared to move forward because of things that have happened in the past. Well, you have opportunity to do it in a different way with a different mindset, where it's like, hey man, I'm gonna manage my expectations. I'm gonna really learn this, and I'm gonna be able to use this. And Jamar said we can learn in 30 minutes to 1 hour a day if we're not under duress. If you're not stressed out, it's the best time to actually learn. And so on that note, what's up, man? Mr. Nazir, what's going on, bro? Yeah, on that note, man, don't let it be March 13th, 2020, where everybody is just panicked on that Friday and didn't know what to do and what they were going to do. And it's an opportunity right now for you to actually build a high income skill where it's like, hey, if they lock down or if the banks freeze it, we have an opportunity to generate income. And even if you don't have money, if you had a skill, you can actually get a funded trading account. You can actually trade others' money. You can actually have a opportunity, in your family to create a family fund. Like there's all kind of things you can do once you had a skill. All right. So with that being said, man, don't be shy. Don't be scared. Move forward. Get the information first. You go knowledge, education, and then you monetize it, right? But you got to know what you got. You need to know what you need to know before you start trying to monetize it. All right. On that note, peace out.